Alex Grandeland! Hey everybody, welcome to First Coast Comedy. He said as the crowd went wild. He said as the crowd went absolutely insane. That's too insane. Come on now, come on. Too much. All right, well, let me do a quick survey. By show of hands, who has never seen a show here at First Coast Comedy before? Never seen one. All right, that's kind of a lot of us. All right, go ahead, put your hands down. All right, now by show of hands, who is seeing a show here at First Coast Comedy, but for your very first time tonight? It should be the same people. Should be the same. Okay, I'll be fair. I'll actually ask the opposite question. Now, by show of hands, who is seeing a show here at First Coast Comedy, but for your very last time tonight? Very judgmental. That's so judgmental. It's mean. It's mean. All right, well, for the uninitiated, first of all, I will be your host this evening. My name is Alex Grindeland. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Let me give you the quick rundown. Most of the time when people hear the word comedy, they think stand-up comedy, which looks kind of like what I'm doing right now. Somebody standing on stage telling jokes. But in stand-up comedy, they spend a lot of time like writing down their jokes and planning them out and scripting them. However, this is an improvised comedy show. What does that mean? That means that you are here to see a show that the performers have not bothered to make a plan for. That is your fault. However, in order to do that, I'm going to have to get a bunch of suggestions from you, the audience. Say that with me. You, the audience. One more time, you, the audience. So let's do a little practice of that. Let's say go to anybody in this whole area over here. This is going to be anybody over here. I want you to think of just your favorite color and shout it out on 3. 1, 2, 3, and go. Green. I heard purple most loudly and clearly. I will take the suggestion of purple. I might go to anybody in the middle-ish area over here. I might say anybody in the middle. I want you to think of an animal you could find in a barnyard and shout it out on 3. 1, 2, 3, and go.
Horse.
I heard horse most loudly and clearly. I'll take the suggestion of horse. Maybe we would take a purple and a horse, make a purple horse, and do some improv about that. I might go to anybody in this area over here. I might say anybody at all in this area over here. I want you to think of your mother's maiden name and social security number and shout it out. 3, 1, 2, 3. Good. All right, very smart. No identity theft tonight. Well, that's how suggestions are gotten. When you have a suggestion, please do shout it out both loudly and also proudly, as I will always try and take the very first thing that I hear. Now, this is an important time to notice that there are both adults and children here, and I'm asking you to shout things out loudly for everybody. So keep that fact in mind when you're choosing what words to shout out for everybody to hear. We're going to do a clean show tonight. Sounds good? Yes. Excellent. It's a legally binding clap. Because of course, we the adults have the very important responsibility of making sure the youth here do not know what we really think is funny. So, the next thing you need to know is that at various points throughout the show, we will be asking for the help of one or more fun-loving audience volunteers. That's somebody who actually wants to raise their hand and then end up coming up here on the stage and helping the performers play one of the games. So without me saying any more about that, does anybody here think that later you might maybe possibly consider volunteering and helping out in a game? I see a hand right there. I see a hand right there. I see a hand back there. All right. Give it up for the 3 bravest among us. The 3 bravest people here. Now, for the rest of you who did not raise your hand, I know why you didn't raise your hand. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's always the same reason. The reason you didn't raise your hand is at some point in your life, you saw a comedian be mean to somebody, and you thought to yourself, I'm not going to give him the chance. Well, first of all, it's not that big of a room. I can see you. So if I wanted to be mean to you from this distance, I could do that. But that's not what we do here. Like I said, it's not a stand-up comedy show. Stand-up comedians are known for that. They choose one person in the audience. They pick on that person the whole time. That person cries. Everyone else laughs. But the stand-up comedian, after the show, they get in their car and they drive away to their next gig in Cincinnati, and you never see them again. However, here at First Coast Comedy, it's the same group of maybe about 15 of us that perform in these shows every single weekend. And we post on the website when we're going to be here. So that is to say, if we were mean to you, we'd be so easy to find later. So we take the opposite approach. If you choose to volunteer and help us out in a game, we will do everything within our power to make sure you feel great about that decision. To make sure that when you are leaving the stage after the fact, you're just glowing with joy. You're saying to yourself, I tried something new. I stepped outside of my comfort zone. It paid off. And if you choose to volunteer and help out, you will win a prize. Ooh. Everyone go, ooh. Ooh. Everyone go, ah. Ah. Everyone go, you have changed my mind and I will volunteer. You have changed my mind and I will volunteer. Okay. All right, worked on maybe 3 of you. Yeah. We're going to get this whole family up here by the end of the show. So in any case, knowing that, have I changed anyone's mind? Anybody who's like, I might consider it. You're not committing to anything. Okay, I see a hand go up over there. I see several people trying to bully other people. Just know, we got another one. All right, so just know that we will never force anybody up here on stage. At First Coast Comedy, our rules, if you try to volunteer somebody else, we consider you the volunteer. So, that's really all we need to know to get started. Now, there's one more thing that we got to do is I feel pretty warmed up because I've been shouting at all of you for several minutes, and I did a bunch of work around the house today, so I'm warmed up. However, there's another group of people that needs to be warmed up. Who could it be? Oh, it must be you, the audience. Excellent. The way that we're going to do that is something we call the clapometer, or if you're British, the clapometer. And that's going to work like this. We're going to start at a nice, polite level 1, all right? And we don't have to start yet, but every time I say the next number leading up to 10, we're going to double the current level of applause, which means it's somewhere between 3 and 5. Hooting and hollering and screaming becomes completely socially appropriate, all right? And then we're going to get to 10, and then it should be like, oh no, noise violation. So here we go. We're going to start with a nice, polite level 1. Oh, I want to see theater this weekend. Oh, it's so nice. And a 2. And a 3. And a 4. And a 5. And a 6. And a 7. And 8.
First Coast Comedy, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Logan, Jerry Jackson, Ella Weaver, Stephanie Nicholson, Adam Bailey, Johnny Kalinowski. And your host, Alex Bradley.
How did that happen? It's a ghost! I got him. The ghost is gone now. He didn't pay for an admission ticket, so he's now over at the coin laundry. So, we're going to jump into our very first game. This is a game that is going to test the wit and skill of our performers. It works like this. This is a game we call What Are You Doing? At any time during the game, one player will be up on either side of the stage. One of the players will begin performing some sort of an activity. The other player will look at that person and they will say, "What are you doing?" This player has to say anything other than what it looks like they're doing. So they might say, "I'm milking a cow." This person will begin immediately milking a cow. This player will say to them, "What are you doing?" This person must say anything other than what it looks like they're currently doing. It will go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until somebody messes up. How could somebody mess up? Well, if somebody says something that looks too much like what they're doing, like if they're going like this and then they say punching a punching bag, well, that kind of looks like that, so they would be out of there. Everybody say and do that with me. Hands in the clapatory position. Here we go. They will be out of there. If a player repeats a major concept or idea, like I'm painting a picture, I'm painting a house, painting, we already heard about it, they will be
Out of there.
If a player starts to stutter, stammer, hesitate, they just can't get words to form in their brain and then cross across their palate in a way that makes sense, they will be
Out of there.
And lastly, if a player accidentally spits on anyone in the first 2 rows, they will be wet. They just be wet. Sorry. No punishment. It's like a Gallagher show. So, that's a current reference, Gallagher. All right, so let me get one player up on either side of the stage. All right, from anybody in this area over here, let's go out among the rabble. Anybody over here, give me the job of somebody in your family.
Escape room.
An escape room. All right. So all of these what are you doings have to have something to do with escaping a room or an escape room. All right, so Della, you will initiate the activity. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
And begin.
What are you doing?
Deciphering codes.
Oh, it's 4 plus 2. No, it's the purple mark. And then, no, it doesn't
What are you doing?
I am getting mad at my teammates.
I got a key.
No, it's my key. No, you just get it together.
You found this door.
What are you doing?
Hiding from the cameras.
No. They'll see me on America's Most Wanted.
What are you doing?
Spotted. I'm counting down the time.
Oh God, we've only got 5 minutes left. Guys, we gotta get this together.
You got a countdown from 5 minutes?
What are you doing?
Taking apart smoke detectors, even though I shouldn't.
I know this is in here. The key is in here. We're going to win if we can get these all
What
done.
are you doing?
I am counting splotches of paint on the wall to see if it's a secret code.
This is something. I know it's something.
It's
1,
gotta mean
2.
something.
It's not just a bad stain. It's something.
What are you
doing? I'm
Hesitating! Not going fast enough is what she's doing. Della is. All right, let me get another player up here. All right, so that game, we're going to make it harder. So from anybody over here, shout out your 2 initials. Like my name's Alex Grindula, and I got AG. What are your initials?
AC.
AC, all right. All right, I'm going to use your initials next time, all right? So, but I bet, is the last one the same? Yeah, okay, yeah. I modify my last position here. Your initials are A and C in that order. You have the first major word has to start with the letter A. Next major word has to start with the letter C. I'll allow little words in the middle, so it's kind of like sentences, like if and the and stuff, but it has to be A and C. All right, so Johnny, you will initiate the activity. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
And begin.
What are you doing?
Arresting criminals.
Oh, you better get over here. Get, watch your head. Watch your head.
What are you doing?
Achieving character.
Well, I'd like to think that I am a very moral person. So, I think I should get all of the awards.
What are you
for
doing?
Anticipating caterpillars.
I mean, if they show up here, I don't know if I have enough medicine for the anaphylactic shock of these bugs.
What are you doing?
Accruing counts. Counts, like Dracula. Counts.
Oh, here, Count Dracula. Oh, here, Count Chocula.
What are you doing?
Amending correspondence.
Oh, I messed up on that one. I got him. Oh, man. He's never going to understand what I meant to do that.
What are you doing?
Allocating crime.
I'm sorry, you already said criminals. That's just a different version of the same game. She is out there. Crime, criminals, different, but the same. All right, that was fun. Hey, what are your 2 initials? MC. All right, so what is your middle initial? H. So I'm going to take M and H in that order. So here we go. Dave Bogan, you're going to initiate. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
And begin.
What are you doing?
Making a helicopter.
Ooh, I've got a little rotor here, and I've got a little cockpit here.
What are you doing?
Manufacturing horses.
Well, it's time to turn on the old horse machine. Okay, here we go. 1. Yeah, there's 1. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead there, way down the.
What are you doing?
Moving horror unforgettably. What are you doing?
Manscaping horticulture.
All right, well, this tomato plant's got way too much chest hair on it.
What are
Go
you
ahead
doing?
and shave that. Mouse having.
Okay, little pregnant mouse.
Your child. The mousy child.
What are you doing?
Morally hamstringing.
Yeah, okay, let me see. I have a certain morality that I think ties into the thing that I'm trying to do.
What are you doing?
Melting a hot dog.
You came from 7-Eleven, so you're kind of difficult, aren't you?
Pretty tough.
What are you doing?
Mostly hamming it up.
He said words after hamming. That doesn't count. He is. Out of there.
He could have said mostly ham.
Yeah, mostly hamming would have worked. All right, but he added the it up, and now he broke the rules. So, let's go. Let's go once again back to the hoi polloi in the back here. Somebody shout out a 3-letter word. You said pig? P-I-N-G. Now you got to do 3 letters in a row. All right, so Adam, you will initiate the activity. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
And begin.
What are you doing?
Praying to iguana gods.
Oh, iguana gods, please save me from the chameleons. I will do whatever you need.
What are you doing?
Punching ignorant goats.
2 + 2 equals beep. Whoa! Give me your milk.
What are you doing?
Pushing idiot guys.
Oh,
What are you doing?
Preparing icicles in Georgia.
Oh my, the fuzz is frozen on the peach tree.
What are you doing?
Pinching indecisive geckos.
All right, geckos, make up your mind. Make up your mind. Make up your mind.
What are you doing?
He couldn't think of one. He is out of here. All right, that brings us down to our final 2 players. All right, so for you know what I'm going to do to make it extra hard? I'm going to take this game, I'm going to flip it upside down on its head. I'm going to make it sort of the opposite game. Here's how this is going to work. This is somebody at all shout out for me a unusual sport.
Pickleball.
I heard lacrosse. I'm going to take lacrosse, all right? So, who said lacrosse? You said lacrosse? Would you do me a favor? Would you stand up for 1 second? Yeah. You can come up here on stage for a second. First of all, tell everyone your name.
Matthew.
It's Matthew. Give him Matthew. All right, Matthew. If there was one repetitive motion that symbolized lacrosse to you, what would that motion be?
Forward.
So forward. Okay. So well, do it for me. Okay. Yeah, have to see that. Excellent. Yeah. In lacrosse, that's one of those sports you want to go forward. So you just go like this, and then I guess go back. Okay. Like this, and we go back. Okay. So they're gonna do this over and over and over and over. All right. So. In the game of Try That On for Size, rather than doing a bunch of activities and explaining them, they have to do one activity over and over and make it make sense in a bunch of different ways. So, Jared in a moment is going to say, I'm playing lacrosse, try that on for size. Adam has to say anything else that makes sense with this simple movement, and he's going to say, try that on for size. It'll go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until one of them cannot think of something that makes sense with this simple stepping movement. So, in the game of Try That On for Size, players, are you ready?
Yes.
Hold on. And, all right. And begin.
I'm playing lacrosse. Try that on for size.
I'm really bad at this cakewalk. Try that on for size.
I'm rolling a log in the pond to make this other lumberjack fall off. Try that on for size.
I'm playing a board game where I keep hitting the first square that says go back to start.
I'm riding a surfboard and adjusting for the tilt of the wave. Try that on for size.
I'm on one of those airport floor mover things, but it only goes back and forth a foot or two.
I'm on an escalator, but never want to reach the top. Try that on for size.
I'm sailing away. Set an open course.
He is! Jared is the winner! Yeah, and also Adam forgot to say try that on for size a bunch of times. So, for this next game, we do need the help of our first fun-loving audience volunteer. Oh, wait, you come on, yeah, come on. Yeah. You're Ava, everybody! Hey, Ava, can you have a seat in this chair that Adam's going to set up for you? Could you move the chair out that way just a little bit for Ava? All right, so Ava, this is a game that we're going to call audience sound effects. So what's going to happen is the performers are going to do a scene, and you're going to make all the sound effects for the scene. So first of all, let's stay really close to this microphone. Lean into the microphone there. Very good. And say your name nice and loud into that microphone.
Ava.
Yeah, that's got it right. So Ava, we're going to do a little practice here so you feel more comfortable playing the game here. So there's a door in front of me. I want to see if anybody's home, so I'm going to ring the doorbell. So I'll do the motion, you make the sound. Here we go, ringing a doorbell. We go to a different door. Okay, this door. I'm done ringing doorbells for the day, so I'm gonna knock on this door. So make like a or like a knocking noise, something that makes sense with knocking. Here we go. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go back to this original door. I actually know these people, so I'm just gonna open the door. But it's an old, creaky door. Here we go. Oh, their doorbell makes the sound of the door. That makes sense now. It's a recording. There's a pack of dogs over there. Tiny little chihuahuas. All right. Give it up for Ava, everybody. But you're not done. That was the practice. There's a whole thing that's going to happen now. So from anybody at all, let's say somebody in the middle-ish area, give me something that you might do outdoors, like fly a kite or...
Rake leaves. Flag football.
Did you say rake leaves? Raking leaves is the suggestion for the scene. And Anthony, is there anything in the chat?
Car wash.
Who's that from?
Matt Martin.
All right, so Matt, we have the suggestion of a car wash and raking leaves. By the way, on those unfortunate Fridays and Saturdays when you can't be here, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch the show online, just like Matt is. And you can leave suggestions in the chat, and you can participate in the show just like that. So you should do that. Subscribe. First Coast Comedy on YouTube. So, in the game of audience sound effects, with the suggestion of a car wash and raking leaves, players, are you ready?
Yes!
And begin.
Here I am outside in my front yard on Super Bowl Sunday. I got a lot of people coming over and I got a lot of leaves in my yard. Can't have that. No, no, no. So I'm going to go over to my shed, my old shed. I'm going to open it up. It's a big shed. Break off the doorknob. Open it up. Got my trusty rake right here. And let's go ahead and get started. Got a lot of people coming over, so I don't want it to be too messy. Such light leaves. Making a big pile.
Yeah.
What's going on with these leaves? Kind of slimy. Oh. Just a rock. Wow, that was so many leaves.
Hey, Bob, I came just in time. I brought my cooler with all kinds of stuff in it for you. Ready for that Super Bowl game.
You're ready to go, Chiefs or Eagles?
I'm guessing who's winning first. But, you know I'm a Pats guy. Go Pats.
Okay.
But diehard fan, let me show you what I got, though.
Show me.
Let me open up my cooler for you.
You're my best neighbor, Tina. The neighborhood is alive and well.
Oh, good.
What a brisk February day.
And now I will open my cooler.
They're cheering for us.
I brought our favorite regular soda.
Ordinary soda.
Because it's early in the day. Crack one open with me, friend. That one's flat. I'm sorry.
Flat sodas?
I'll get you another one.
It's
Here.
the Super Bowl, Tina.
This one will make a loud, excited fizz.
What
Oh my
about?
God! I won! That's the sound it makes when I win the sweepstakes!
You won a soda sweepstakes?
Yeah! See if you win too!
Hey, Tina.
You have to
Adam.
wait.
Hey, Super Sunday. I brought all my chili making pots. All 17 of them. They were inflatable. And they just lost all their air.
Well, that's what you get for cooking with plastic.
Well, hey, I still have all my dried chili beans, though, right here in this bucket. Wait a second.
Jared, you brought 2 beans!
It was full when I came up. There's a hole in here.
Oh, there's always a hole in the bean basket. With
I threw it far. Hit that cat. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. You guys are here a little early. My car is disgusting. I'm gonna have to wash it, but if we all work together, we'll get it done quick and we can go inside.
Hey, no problem. I happen to have my power washer right behind me.
You brought everything. Is this one of your plan?
Oh, it already started. Oh, never mind. Ran out of gas. Just a second. I will chug a lug this in here.
Sounds like a pressure issue.
Now squeeze the rest in. There. Now we'll crank her up.
You gotta pull it like you mean it.
Now pull back.
Hey, you're not going home empty-handed. You get a free pass to come back to the show. Give it up for everybody! It's so good! All right, so this next game is a doozy. For this game, I need to send 2 players out of earshot so they cannot hear what's going to happen. Who's leaving for this game? 1 and 2. Very good. All right, so on 3, everyone say, "Get out of here, you 2. 1, 2, 3. Get out of I thought it was going to be really like a dance, but it was more of like a... All right, so this is a game that we call Google Translate. What's going to happen is the 2 of the players are going to perform a scene. The other 2 are going to watch that scene, and then when we call them in, they're going to replay it as best they can recall, but they're going to replay it in gibberish. And then those 2 who we sent out of here are going to have to try and figure out what happened in that scene, but completely in gibberish. I'm going to try and do that again, but translate it back into English for us. So you ever like go on Google and you like type a thing and it translates it to another language, and you take that and you try to translate it back to English and it gets all wonky? Maybe that'll happen. From anybody at all, what's something like a profession you respect?
Doctor.
A doctor, okay? And Anthony, what do you have in the chat?
A spoon.
Okay. Doctors use spoons. So, the suggestion for the scene, which 2 of you are going to do it? Okay, these two. Okay, we'll do it. A doctor and a spoon. Players, are you ready?
Yes.
Audience, give them some encouragement, everybody.
Well, go ahead and tell me what happened.
Well, I'm sitting down, but I feel like maybe you should be sitting down for this, because we're gonna get sued.
What?
There was a lot of medical malpractice. Like, just a ton.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Is it the spoon thing? Let me call up my lawyer. Hang on a second. We gotta save this doctor's office, otherwise we won't have jobs.
Look, just let me show you how the treatment works.
No one's answering. Ugh!
They're experimental spoons. Keep it on your nose.
If the patient would have just kept the spoon on their nose like this, they wouldn't have had that horrible driving accident.
See? You can feel your blood pressure going down already, right?
Yes.
I'm just gonna... There.
Oh, that's another spoon. Oh.
Yeah, just...
You're right. Who needs high blood pressure medication when you can just soothe your blood pressure with spoons?
And that's
That's what it's like at the VA.
It's so calming balancing a spoon on your nose. You would not believe it. So now we got to call those two back in here. So on 3, everyone shout out, "Hey, in order to play the game, we need you back." 1, 2, 3. Hey! In order to play the game, we need you back. All right, you're about to see these two replay the scene. And you're going to translate it for us. But here we go, in gibberish this time. Players, are you ready?
Yes!
And begin.
Kobo kama skikopo.
Skabada shibada bajubada, shaporia, lakota kapoto po.
Koma jobo?
Skapota kapoto, lakita po, knock knock.
Whoa! Koma chimbago. Kama tabangado? Skamba jobaga.
Locked up.
Crepo crepe crepe. Popo chumchumbado.